So, Sonali, we knew that they were talking about this. It was a possibility. It's been extended before. But you immediately picked up on the fact that it has real economic consequences. It's not just being nice to some people.
It certainly does, because you look at surveys that are out there, anywhere between 70 to 90%, David, of people would have to do something, whether taking a higher paying job, borrowing money, quitting their jobs and finding a higher paying one, finding a cheaper living situation. The economic consequences are dire, and it would have started as soon as February, now as early as May. But even without the Omicron variant, this is as much as half of somebody's paycheck being taken away every month. So a lot of consequences.
Half of a paycheck, at the same time, prices are going up.
Yes.
I mean, I have to pay more for things, and now I'm going to have to give up more money for that. I mean, they owe the money, so eventually they're going to have to repay it. But right now is not the time, maybe.
What's interesting to me is that the U.S. government is, if it were a bank, it would be one of the biggest banks in America with $1.8 trillion in student loan balances. And so the larger problem gets kicked down the road. As we know, there are a lot of senators like Elizabeth Warren that are still pushing for forgiveness. But again, this near-term issue on how these younger people are able to prop up the economy is a question when it comes to inflation and when their wages are not keeping up with that inflation.
So do we know, does the government just have the authority to do that on their own? They don't need Congress to do it? And I guess that leads to the second question, why just May?
Well, that's the question. You can paint this in the vein of just Omicron happening itself, but as we know, these surveys have come out before Omicron even have hit. So this pressure of how much people will be paying certainly will have been a big surprise to young people when it comes to February rolling around. The question is, when May does roll around, will those same people, and as we know, 70% of it don't feel in the position to pay these bills, will they be able to come May?